Hello everyone, welcome to another lovely episode with JayFx. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Forex trading community. Alright, so I've been meaning to make this particular video since YouTube acknowledged us and gave us a community where individuals can share their own chart and experience as well. So I decided to, break down a little bit and give some details about the idea of a community that I would like to build. And also to give traders an insight into JayForexHouse from the perspective of being a digital community, so individuals can know how to participate and also how to practice their own craft. Okay, so before we do that, I want us to go into the root word of what we understand as a community. That is basically from the origin of the word itself, because I would like us to be an intellectual group of people and individuals who try to promote Forex in the perspective of a lifetime career, something you can do for a long run. So I don't want us to, create an average system where signals, charts, just stuff like that, the average Forex trading community known online. I want us to create a system where traders can also see trading as a craft and also share their own story outside just how they trade on the chart, but also how they try to accumulate success and also enjoy their experience as traders for the long run. Okay, so now let's look into the origin word of what we understand as a community. Okay, as we can see, a community is a word that comes from Latin, and also it puts together the union of com and minus, which actually means together and duty, basically. So what we're trying to say is that the word community goes into the idea of working together to build a standard. Okay, we're carrying on a service together to build a standard, just like I've said earlier. And when we're looking at something like that, we should understand that even if you're going to be contributing or you're going to be making revenues or trying to generate something for yourself from such a community, you have to understand that the idea is that you're working together. It's not a loan system where you just come up, show yourself and you go away. That's not something I'm trying to do. I've been in this space for a little while now, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. Most of them who were people who I learned from directly. Some of them were people who learned from me. But one of the reasons why I've been able to stay this long is because I've been, collectively working with individuals from around the world. Many of them who have, along the way stopped. Some we have generated friendship that has gone beyond just, the digital space. But what I want you to understand is that if you're going to be doing something for the long run, you would have to have individuals who have similar mindset and goals like yours. So this is something that have helped me a lot, and I feel like it's something that can help traders as well. And we can use the community to build this interconnection between ourselves and try to promote our craft for the long run. Now let's look into the second aspect of this video I want us to look into, which is the misconception of the digital age. When you look into in terms of community online, we see a lot of individuals who identify with certain groups, outside just trading. We have in the music industry of Nigeria, we have individuals who identify with musicians. Like what we have on in Nigeria, we have like the Davido 30 Billion Gang. In the Wizkid, we have I think Wizkid FC, stuff like that. Now, these are individuals from around the world who identify with certain symbols or certain artists, and identify with their crafts. And this is something that have also promoted the artists in so many ways, generated revenues for them, and also helped them build their industry. Now, this is not something I'm trying to say we should do in trading, but at the same time, if we're not aware of stuff like this happening in the digital age, it's something that we're going to miss out on. Okay, and we can also see those stuff happening in trading as well. We have individuals in trading who have certain individuals identifying with their catchphrase and stuff like that. And when you see things like that happening, you should understand that it's not because individually we have a connection with who is spearheading that community, but at the same time it's something that comes with the digital age. Do you understand? It's not something people do because they're trying to support the individual, but at the same time is what we build as human beings. We are used to identifying with certain syllables or certain individuals to from our union or our communities. So when we know something like that is possible in the digital age as well, is a very useful tool that we can also have on ourselves when we decide to, look at this not from a pyramid perspective of saying JayFx is on top of the community, we are all working with JayFx. No, but rather we can look at it like, just like the name of, the community I'm trying to build, JayForexHouse. It's a house, a circle where we all have our own parts, we all play our own role, and we all can share our own value around what we understand as trading. We can teach the young, we can educate the misguided, and also we can also collectively win individual respect for each other, and also share other values from other space which we might have in touch, and we find individuals within the community who share common goals as well. Now, this mutual understanding, if built from the early stage, can grow into something magnificent. Not something we can individually control anymore, but something we can participate in as a part of what we have been doing for the long run. So when you come into the JayForexHouse community, the group, those who are subscribed to the channel, you find individuals sharing their chat and stuff like that. You should understand that they're not just trying to create a stamp, like saying they're participating in JayForexHouse community or stuff like that. Rather, they're trying to make their own presence. Because when you look into these individuals, it takes you to their own YouTube channel. And most of us are admiring to become YouTubers in the future. So to try and build a space where the algorithm can give you that kind of leverage as a Forex trading YouTuber is also going to be helpful for you to participate in Forex trading communities where you can share your ideas, show your charts, and at the same time, it links people to your work that is on your YouTube platform. So looking at this opportunity is something that we can actually harness to build something very big while we support each other in the space for the long run. Now, when we talk about collective wins and trying to build individual values, and when we talk about support and generating mutual understanding for each other, we should understand that we're talking about a space that could have individuals from around the world. So certain boundaries could be there, in terms of language, in terms of understanding, psychology. But I want us to understand that we're trying to build a system where the mentality is universal. You understand? Everybody is coming from different perspectives. So instead of trying to criticize somebody's work, like, somebody posts a chart work, and rather, instead of you to, correct the individual if you find something wrong with it, you go into trying to troll them or trying to, stuff like that. It doesn't really help anybody. You understand? And some people do this for fun, because in the on the Telegram community, which is way older, we have individuals who have come around to troll, and then when they see people approaching them from an intellectual perspective, they start to see that, oh, we have conscious individuals here who are actually benefiting from the community, and they tend to apologize and say their reasons for doing this were for fun. Do you understand? So now I know a lot of people do stuff like that, but what I would advise is that when we see things like this as traders, same way we have been doing in the Telegram community, we stand up to them, and then we own our respect as intellectuals while we try to, criticize them and find why they, might be coming from a very, very rude standing point. So this is something that builds community bond as well. So you standing out as an individual can also help you build your own awareness. Besides, all you're doing is with your YouTube channel. So at the same time, it's going to also build your intellectuality and show your level of experience to others who are, observing the charts and stuff like that. So let's think beyond the chart. Let's move over to the next stage. Let's look outside, looking at just a Forex community or looking at just a group of people working together on YouTube. Let's look into a community itself that shares collective thinking. We share pattern not just around Forex trading, but also in the narratives of telling our stories and trying to, share our symbols and principles. For example, every individual either coming from the perspective of having a nickname, which is the Forex identity. We have an ebook on that for those of you who don't understand why traders have the FX, Snipe, so many names in the Forex trading space. Now that is something that we do subconsciously. And either you're coming from that perspective or you're coming from the perspective of your brand. Now, when we talk about brand or identities, this is something you should understand, that this is individuals trying to share their stories. We are all just trying to share our stories. So Forex trading can give you that space too as well, where you're someone who have acquired a certain level of understanding. You have made a lot of money from the trading industry or from the market itself, and you're like, you want to share your story with the world and show how far you have come as a trader. These are things you can also participate in. You understand? So we don't just do that with the chat itself. We do it with our identities. That is, people sharing their stories, their success with stuff like that. Or you see people sharing their work as a brand, play out and stuff like that. These are all trying to show what you can do as a craft in the Forex space. Because at the same time, some of us might have already acquired that level of intellectual freedom that we're trying to acquire in life. At the same time, we might want to be known for our craft or trying to create a legacy for ourselves. So this is a space where I want traders to also see such values, and also admire to, want to do stuff like that too as well. Now, in terms of roles, responsibility, and administration, I want everybody to understand that the same system we have in the Telegram community, where we have analysts, educators, bloggers, individuals who give you updates, and those who keep the moderations and make sure the scammers are away. These are members of the JayForexHouse administration within the Telegram community. And these individuals are also active on YouTube as well. So we would be watching out to make sure that those who will be coming around to try and scam, probably get their YouTube channel banned, or, try to collectively see what we can do to make sure that the community stays safe. So we're looking forward to creating a scam-free space in the future, and also to give traders this opportunity to see trading from an intellectual perspective. Now, within the trading space, we have individuals who will be here to build the community as educators, analysts, web designers, mentors, event hosters, different people. We're talking about prop firms, brokers, stuff like that in the future. Now, you who is a beginner who is coming to this space to come and learn, I want you to also look at it from a perspective that you would be having a lot of individuals sharing insights and ideas. So you don't expect a direct guidance, to live trading, or a direct guidance to funding or having success in trading. You have to understand that it's going to be a structured environment that you have to find your way around. Okay, so this is what I want everybody to have that perspective on. I started the channel in the beginning as kind of like a space to share my own personal journey. Slowly over the years, we have evolved into a space where individuals from the world share their own stories as well. So you should understand that multiple perspectives are involved, and it's not just only me anymore. So thank you all, and I will see you on the next episode where we have maybe a technical analysis course to study on. Bye.